Hi, Bo with your weekly tech talk. This week's tech is going to be about windshields. They're on two different types, and I'm going to tell you about a little bit about what I liked about them and what I didn't like about them. So let's go on outside and look at what I've got. All right, this here is our windshield that we've got. It's by RyFab. Reason we went with it is it's made of real glass. The other one we owned was a Polaris windshield. It was made out of real glass as well. I'm not big on the polycarbonate because of the scratching and just not that clear. But if you want to come on in a little bit, I'll kind of show you why I went with RyFab, and I looked at a bunch. But the reason I went with RyFab, it's all metal frame. It's got a glass windshield, a real rubber seal, and this rubber seal, if you'll see the middle, there's a little indentation there. It's a rubber, kind of a rubber seal. If you had to break this or crack it, you can pull this out with a hook pick. That will peel out, and then the windshield will peel out around it. You can take it to a local glass shop and get a new one cut, put it back in, and put your rubber wedge back into it. So it makes it a lot simpler about being able to change this if you were to break it later on, in the future. God forbid you break it, because they are expensive. But this one here has got a vent on the front. Also, if it gets really, really hot and you want to feel a good breeze, this one lets down kind of like a Jeep windshield, and I'll show you that now. It's just held on by two little, I call them thumb screws, but they're a big plastic version. And you saw me drop one. I've lost one on the trail already. Not a big deal. You just call it RyFab, they'll send you some. Just try not to lose them. I'll make sure you put them on tight. That's the best thing I've learned. But to get it off, it's just pretty well that simple. And down here, you probably saw these on the fender. These bolt into factory bolt holes. You're using factory stuff, so it's not a big deal. These little pins come out, little cotter pins. One on each side. The windshield lets down on those two little holes that it's got. You use these pins to go back in place while you're riding. Well, that thing is very sturdy. I'll just throw them on real quick to show you. And that's it. And you can tell there's not any wiggling. They've got real good rubber there. You don't hear that when you're on the trails, but you get a nice breeze. You don't lose any of your visibility. And to me, it just seems so much better. Let me flip it back up real quick and I'll show you the inside. You'll probably edit this part out, but I'm going to pick it up the other way. As you see, just put it back in. No big deal. Just make sure to tighten these up a little bit. You don't really, I wouldn't say just over tighten, but tighten them down good enough, they're not going to come off. Because if you run through some bushes, you're going to, yeah, and we did. We had to go through a trail that's pretty bad on one side and really brushy and bushy on the other. So we took the brushy and took one of them off. We didn't know. If you're all strapped in, you get warm, you reach down here and I just leave it hand tight. You can push that thing up and tighten her down. Let me tell you, that puts some good wind into the RzR. Absolutely does good. It keeps you cool, allows for some of that dust to kind of flow on out. And it's just, to me, it's the best vented windshield I found, and I looked at a bunch. You had some that flip side to side, but this one, to me, it has a lot more air came through on this, and for the price difference, I went with RyFab. Does have a rubber seal around the bottom when it's raining. We rode when it was raining. Wasn't no big deal. I mean, if you're running high speeds, it may blow some back up in here, but other than that, that was it. But also the windshield, I don't know if you can see up there at the top, there's a little rubber cap. You can put a windshield wiper in. I did not order it. Still considering it, but you can put a windshield wiper in. If you come around and look on this side, you can see where it's capped in here. But they come with a little handle that you can do and just manually wipe it off. But I just keep a squeegee, and I'll show it to you. For the price of the windshield wiper, this is a lot cheaper. To me, it's not in the way. And you take a bottle of water, poke your hole on the top, just squirt it in and scrub it off, and then squeegee it off. You're good to go. Or if you're at a creek, to me, it's just a little easier. Not a windshield wiper you got to keep up with and replace. So like I said, if you're in the market for a windshield, I've used Polaris's brand, and this one here is RyFab. I've used their brand.